listeners and viewers. Welcome to this week in interview with your host and guide, Anthony Drago. You know, this is the highlight of my week. It's Wednesday at 8 p.m. because I get the opportunity to spend time with you. And you know, I'm always appreciative of your time. I know there's so much that's competing for your attention. We have busy agendas, and you make the time to spend an hour or so with us every Wednesday night. And for that, I am truly honored. So, welcome back, my regular listeners. You know, I really appreciate you. And if tonight is the first time that you're tuning into this weekend interview, I want to say welcome to this weekend interview. No apologies. My intention is to make you a regular listener. What we do at this weekend interview is to deal with contemporary topics, but we try to bring it from a different angle. We don't want to be another Me Too program that you can find what we talk about in the way that we talk about it by clicking your remote or your mouse or wherever you find stuff on media. We like to know that we go and we dig a little deeper and that what we present to you is thought provoking. Oh, I didn't look at it from that angle. Oh, I understand it differently now, that kind of a reaction. And on top of that, we want to be as action oriented as possible, where the things that we discuss um, provoke you into action, taking some action, whether it's in your own personal health, personal motivation, whether it's community driven, whether it's family, whatever. We always like to know that we give you the information in such a way that you will find it practical and applicable. Those of you listening to us in Dominica, because RVR Jams Radio carries this weekend interview live on DG Play Channel 59. Good night to you, those of you on Nature Island. Those of you who may be listening to us on Facebook, on this weekend interview Facebook page, or TDN Radio's Facebook page, welcome to you, or on YouTube. TDN Network 1 is where you find us on YouTube. And of course, we have some folks who don't do Facebook and so on. So therefore, you can join us on tdntv.net and tdnradio.net. So you can find us several places and all the other social media places. But if you're following us on the media where you see a subscribe button, make sure you follow us or you subscribe, your YouTube channel and Twitter or whatever. Make sure you follow and also hit the notification bell. And as usual, I'd like to invite you to invite 5 people to watch the program with you, because I believe that what we do on here is valuable. And so it's like giving them a free gift. There's some positive vibes happening on TD, and you should tune in. Just send them a quick text. If you send 5, 2 of them might come in, and 3 of them might become regular listeners. So listeners, also, we have SBE Radio in Toronto that also carries this weekend interview live. And we want to say hearty good night to you, or Canadian listeners who may be listening to us on SBE Radio. It's a Haitian, it's targeted at the Haitian pop demographic. But of course, Caribbean people find each other no matter where they are. So, welcome to you as well. I'm excited about tonight's conversation. Let me tell you about tonight's conversation. There's an organization called DAHEI, DAHEI. It's primarily centered around the Boston, Connecticut area, although there are members that also go along the East Coast line into New York, New Jersey, Virginia, and I don't think there's a geographic restriction as to who are members. I think it just started pretty much in the Connecticut area, Boston area, and it's just spreading. Well, what about that organization? DAHEI, DAHEI. It stands for DA Health and Education Initiative. And they've been doing big things. They've been raising funds and contributing equipment for health services and other projects in education and in health in Dominica. They've been able to reach into their network and get some heavy hitters to support them. And this year, they're hosting their 5th annual Caribbean Culture, Cuisine, and Art Expo. It used to be live and in person. And then COVID came and taught us that we could do things and basically blur or eliminate the geographic boundary lines. And so we've done that. But the DAHEI does great work, and I'm excited to have them on as the subject of conversation tonight. And even more excited is my guest, my actual guest. She is uh, Dr. Pauline Elwin. Dr. Pauline Elwin. She is definitely a leader in organizational development and organization and management. She is the founder and CEO of Elwin Innovative Global Consulting, and she's a business consultant at David Duff Strategies, where she leads organizations in creating highly effective mission-driven strategies while focusing on diverse cultures through transformation. As a practitioner for the last 15 years, she specializes in advancing employee development, leadership improvement, and women in leadership in government, business, and nonprofit organizations. Dr. Elwin attained a Doctor of Education degree in organizational leadership slash business and consulting. She holds two master's degrees in applied leadership studies and sociology and a bachelor's degree in criminology. Let me say that properly. Criminology. All right. Dr. Elwin is also a past student of the Convent High School and the Convent Prep. Uh, she has presented at several international conferences in Geneva, Switzerland, Portsmouth, United Kingdom, and virtual conferences and Washington, D.C. Dr. Elwin was a champion of the Dissertation Warriors, a multifaceted mentorship community for the Doctoral Women Network at Northwest University. She's a member of the Executive Leadership Board for Leadership and Peace at the International Leadership Association and a member of the International Leadership Association. Dr. Elwin is also a board member of the marketing director of DAHEI, and that's the hat she's wearing tonight as the marketing director of DAHEI. She's enthusiastic, contagiously so, and she exudes charisma and drive. So let me bring her on. She will tell us a lot more about herself, but it's a pleasure to have you on this week in interview. I introduced you as Dr. Elwin, but we have conversations. Yes, I'm going to call you Pauline, if that's okay. I, it's a really a pleasure to have you on tonight. Welcome. Is your mic muted? No, I hear you now. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Drago. It's a pleasure to be on this platform and talking about this great organization, the Dominica Health and Education Initiative. And I'm excited to be here and to tell you more about our fifth annual event that's coming up on June 10th, actually. Yes, and
Yes,
I'm happy to be here.
excited to have you. So
Yes.
you can see Anthony since I'm saying Pauline, all right?
Okay. Yes.
So it's conversational. But leadership, before we go to the high, you know, my listeners, my fans would know that I always say everything rises and falls on leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership, 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 leadership. And so it's a field that I'm very interested in. And since I'm going to make you talk about it a little bit. You talk about leadership of nonprofits.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of members in my audience who are involved in community work. Some of them are formal nonprofit organizations with their 501c3 and all of that. Some of them are nonprofits registered in Dominica, and some of them are just organized and they come together and donate to just causes. What would you say is the one main aspect that is important to a nonprofit organization thriving and really being able to achieve their objectives and their goals,
Oh
if
yes.
there's one.
Mhm. I think consistency with leadership, and how do you view leadership? For me, it's uh, someone who leads their constituents into being engaged, empowering them, um, guiding them, motivating them. A person with integrity, humility, drive, who is not don't only see themselves as a leader, but also sees their constituents. And when I say constituents, their followers, their employees, with those dimensions of what leadership should be. Um, and you find that sometimes you have these constituents and followers who eventually become leaders,
Right.
and it's through those dimensions of like I said, integrity and humility, and being able to come to the table and share their values, and through transformation, and engagement and empowerment. So that's how I view leadership. It's very critical, especially since COVID-19, how people view leadership, because not only I don't think there's many approaches to leadership, but I don't think one approach is the best approach. I think, I was telling a friend the other day, you have to go in an organization, in a country, in whatever you're leading, and scope the climate to really understand the culture, and use whatever dimensions of different leadership approaches to that you can get those outcomes and drive your goals and be successful as a leader.
Right. So you mentioned some keywords. What stuck with me is humility, for sure, insight, and vision. You didn't, in a nutshell. So for those of you out there who are looking to, grow your involvement, your organization, look at those terms.
Mhm.
Humility, where you take into consideration your flock, so to speak. If you consider yourself a shepherd, and insight, where you probably have to spend a little bit more hours than the other people looking ahead and seeing what's required, and being able to communicate the vision and to guide it and that sort of thing. So just thank you for that.
Mhm.
So
And I
we
just I
hear,
just want to
go
add
ahead.
one more thing though.
Sure, go ahead.
Um, mission, vision, and values are very important
Mission, vision, and
as
values.
a leader, in
Mhm.
driving the outcomes that you want to get to, um, successfully. So, what is you need to know what is your mission, what why you're doing this, and what is your vision, and having values as a leader is important to get in there, and engaging your employees and keeping them, having those values that align with your organization is very essential.
And Marie says, true definition of leadership, being selfless and humble.
Yes,
Certainly, that
definitely.
embodies what you're saying.
Yes.
So, those of you who are there who you're aspiring to continue to lead your flock, take that into account. Values is important because that helps define what your organization is about. Because there's so much information that comes at you every day. If your values are not clearly defined, or your vision or your mission is not clearly defined, you might find that your efforts and your energy get dissipated quickly, and you don't make any progress in any one direction. So great. I will. I know we just started, but I would like to maybe engage you at another interview conversation where we can really explore leadership in a little bit more detail.
Yes, we could dive deep, and I could
Yes.
bring on the different leadership approaches and maybe explain
Yeah,
how that works.
we could probably organize a series. I'm serious. We could probably
Definitely.
organize a series on leadership,
Mhm.
because that is needed. It is certainly needed, because you see a lot of folks, a lot of come together, they have potential. And like
Mhm.
when there's a storm, for example, we come together and we have so much productivity and results. And
Exactly.
then that emergency passes and it ebbs really
Mhm.
low. So how do you sustain that engagement and that result. So I think there's room there where we could probably do a leadership series. So I
Yes.
know you're very busy. You look at your calendar and we can maybe discuss how we can do that. But tonight we're here to talk about the high.
Hmm.
I'm going to let you, as the marketing manager, tell the audience about the organization.
Yes, definitely. So the Dominican Health and Education Initiative is a charitable nonprofit 501(c) organization with a mission to help increase, education and improve the health outcomes for the underserved in Dominica and other, as well as other Eastern Caribbean islands. So we strive to create a model sustainable society in Dominica with enhanced quality of life and education, as well as health literacy through the island. We since the launch of DAHEI in 2020, we've awarded 2 educational scholarships every year to students entering high school in Dominica, and each student receives financial support and tutoring annually for the duration of their high school career. We also offer mentorship, um, specifically around careers, and have those conversations. And we share, where we have members share their journey of their career journey. And again, the Dominica Health and Education Initiative is dedicated to medical care through implementation of novel technology platforms and staff training programs that could greatly improve treatment outcomes for patients and their families. And we have some people, we call, pretty much call them the boots on the ground, that understand the gaps and fulfill the needs of the people, especially in Dominica. We have donated health supplies to the Roseau Health Center. Um, and we really focus on the scholarships for education um, in Dominica. So our board, the founder is Dr. Anne Marie Richard, who is Dominican. She's the founder and president. We also have Miss Farah Laron Hutchinson, who is the co-founder and business advisor for DAHEI. We have Dr. Nicole Laronde, who is the grant writer, and Dr. Annette Fontaine, who is the medical director. We also have Dr. Shamina Arbitron, and she is a program coordinator, and Amy Laronde, who's the administrator and program coordinator. And we also have Henny Paralour, who's an educator, and myself, who's the marketing director for the organization. And we're all Dominican. So, yeah, that's a little about
It,
DAHEI.
it sound like a heavy hitting team.
I believe so as well. Yes.
It sounds like a hard heady and well qualified.
Mhm.
Um, Owen Prosper said, good evening, patriotic family. I'm here, locked, listening to that great program. Owen,
Hello, Owen.
thank, yeah, Owen is a regular. I have, let me tell you, I have a few um, listeners and viewers who we've been doing this program now for about 12 years. And I have some listeners who come back every Wednesday. Example, DD Easter. Every Wednesday for the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, they come back every evening.
Hmm.
And I really, really appreciate them, you know.
Yes.
Afinia says good night. And a matter of fact, before I forget, today is Didi Easter's birthday. So I want to say
Oh,
happy
happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy
Cannot
birthday
not
to
say,
you.
yeah. One of the stalwart and regular supporters of this weekend interview. But so the high has been doing great stride. You say you do 2 scholarships, 2 academic scholarships a year
Since 2020.
since
Yes.
2020. Um, is there a way where people apply? How do you go about selecting who you give those scholarships to?
So you could, reach out to us at aiddominica at gmail.com.
aiddominica at
At
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Okay.
Also, you could go on our website, thehigh.org,
Mm-hmm.
for more information
For more
around the
information.
scholarships. Hmm.
Okay, great, awesome. Because that's good work. Two scholarships. It makes a difference.
Mhm.
You know, when I went to grammar school, I had an academic scholarship. It was from the government, but I had academic scholarship, and it made such a difference because
Yes.
I had all the siblings already in high school. It made a difference.
Mhm.
And so those contributions where you give financial support to that sometimes can determine whether a child can go to school or not go to school. And
Yes.
also, as in addition to that, you organize tutoring for those
Mhm.
children. So that's
Yes.
important. And then you
Yeah.
spoke about mentorship.
Mhm.
So I'll encourage listeners to go onto the website. Okay. It's thehigh.com, you said? Not org.com?
DAHEI.org.
.org.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Or you could reach
Thehigh.org
out to us via email at abedominica@gmail.com.
at gmail.com. Get more information about the mentorship program, about the scholarships.
Yes.
And I like when you say that you do work around health literacy
Mhm.
and you have boots on the ground. So talk about that program a little bit. How do you make sure that the projects you take on are relevant
Mhm.
and what are actually required
Yeah.
in
So some
Dominica?
yeah. So some of our board members they're based in Dominica, and not
Okay.
only that, I'll tell you that this we I go to Dominica at least once a year. Um, so just being there, and then we have board members that go there as well. They get involved in ensuring that the scholarships are given to the recipients, and
Mm.
um, yeah. So when I say boots on the ground, we have I believe one member that's
Right.
there. So just scoping
Yeah.
out, and and being there and going to the town, I guess the towns to give the scholarships, hand over the
Right.
scholarships
And I was
to
also talking about
family.
your health projects as well. Because
Hmm.
I've heard stories of organizations raise money, donate equipment or whatever it is, and it gets to Dominica and it gets put in a room somewhere because it's not, for whatever reason, either they don't have
Hmm.
the capability to operate it or it's redundant because they already have that. Or so how do you go about ensuring that the
and
projects
and
that you're doing actually meeting a need?
and that's why I say we have boots on the ground. We have
Boots on the
somebody
ground.
that's there that ensures that the equipment gets to the right people. um and like I said before, it was to the health department. I mean, yeah, the health center. So we have somebody that
We
I
go there
will go there
and
and
engage.
ensure engage.
Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
Awesome, 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 awesome.
Yes.
Well, I don't expect anything less because almost everybody on your board carries a doctor. So, and that means that they're used to rigor
Mhm,
and details and
mhm. Transparency,
and all,
accountability.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. So I'm not surprised at the quality and caliber of services that you deliver.
Yes.
Let's talk about the upcoming event, the Caribbean Culture, Cuisine, and
At
Arts Expo.
Expo. Yes.
What is the objective of that expo?
So this is our fifth year. The objective, it's a virtual event. It will be featured on Hopin. It's called Hopin
Hmm.
virtual platform, and it's a proprietary video teleconferencing online conference hosting platform, Hopin. Um, the will be the feature will be featuring Caribbean guest speakers and inspirational exhibits showcasing diverse talents of Caribbean nationals from around the world. Um, and like I said, it's a fifth year. I was a guest speaker last year, and we had or exhibits. And when I say hopping, it literally you're hopping into the platform to kind of see what the exhibits are displaying, be it their products, their services, or their talents. Yeah, so they feature that, and people could purchase their goods, their products, or their services.
Right there.
And
Okay.
yes,
Mhm.
right there. And then this year, June 10th, at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be hosting the fifth annual Caribbean Culture and Art Expo. And we have a really distinguished Caribbean keynote speaker, and that's Dr. Carissa Etienne, who will be your keynote speaker. And she is, as you know, is the director of POW and
Yeah.
WHO. She's a public health expert and, like I said, our very own Dominican national. And we're very excited for her to come on our platform and be our guest, our keynote speaker.
Keynote speaker.
Yes. We also have Dr. Tanya Bourbon, who's from St. Lucia, and she's a family physician specializing in functional and integrative medicine, as well as certified wellness and lifestyle empowerment coach. She's a motivational speaker and an author as well. So we're excited to have Dr. Bourbon. We have Olive Pert, who's Jamaican, based in the USA, and she's an established author, educator, and radiographer. We also have Jasmine Cabon, who's British and of Dominican parentage. She is a UK registered dietitian and founder of Carbon Nutrition and Dietetics, and is a principal dietitian for a community dietitian team in South London. And lastly, we have Alicia Honoré Felix, and she's the president of the Dominican Diabetes Association. She focuses on Food for Life, where she conducts cooking classes to help people eat healthy. So those are our guest speaker and our keynote speaker being Dr. Carissa Etienne. And we're so excited to have all of them on this platform.
Well, this song's really, really interesting. And the fact that it's virtual means that everybody can tune in and get to the message. So we'll talk about the technology part of it a little bit because we're coming up on our break. But normally it's an expo that happens live, where you go into a room and you have we call them event exhibitionists. They display what they have. They have leaflets, they have pamphlets, they have samples, and sometimes they have products right there for sale.
Yes.
So you come and you walk through and you talk to each one, and if somebody is doing a skincare product, somebody might stop and say, "Oh yeah, my child has an issue with her skin," and you say, "Oh well, that product is perfect for that." And so when you translate it to virtual, Hopin allows for that type of interaction.
Yes, it does. You are able to leave the main room and go into the different exhibitors, on their platforms and listen to what, they introduce their product, they feature it and talk about it, and you could then you leave and you go in another one. So it's, technology is something else.
I know. I'm excited to experience that, to really go in there, dive in there, and to experience that. This is a good place to take a break. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to tell, I don't know if you closed for folks who want to be part of the exhibition and to show their services. You're not
yet. No.
Okay.
No.
So when we come back,
and I have some exciting news around that for this year. So
awesome. So as soon as we come back, we're going to talk to folks who have products to present, services to present, information to present, who may wish to be a part of the 5th annual Caribbean Culture, Cuisine, and Art Expo that's being hosted by DAHEI on June 10th from 10 a.m. It sounds like it is chock full of just a lot of good information, a lot of qualified people lined up to share their knowledge. And so let's take a word from our sponsors and we'll be right back.
Presented by.
People say I've got a great smile. Well, I have to say, this is all thanks to the professional team at Beacon Dental Group right here in Dorchester, Massachusetts. I've got world-class dental care. Beacon Dental Group has expert and caring staff dedicated to providing the most advanced and satisfactory treatment in all aspects of oral health. Their services are designed to meet your needs and give you a perfect smile, too. General checkups, cosmetic surgery, Gemini laser service, and advanced procedures, all in a state-of-the-art facility. Call or visit Beacon Dental Group today, 1026 Blue Hill Avenue, Dorchester, Massachusetts, or call 617-282-2146 for a smile that lights the world.
If you live in Canada, the US, and the UK and are looking for Dominica products including cocoa sticks, bay rum, coffee, soaps, crafts, and other popular Dominica items, then look no further. You can now shop on BuyDominicaOnline.com, a secure, easy-to-navigate website selling a wide variety of Dominica-made and Dominica-inspired products. When you shop on BuyDominicaOnline.com, you are helping to grow Dominica's economy. Go to BuyDominicaOnline.com and enjoy home away from home.
Looking to promote your business, engage current customers, and reach new people? Well, look no further. From the basic presentation to a fully fledged advertisement, use your video ads to attract customers. At Man's Audiovisual Productions, we do just that. We produce videos for business and event promotions, product demo videos, animated explainer videos, fundraiser ads, and much, much more. Engage your clients and sell online. We customize the video to match your brand design. Guaranteed to play flawless on all devices, including smart TVs. Contact us at telephone number 203-690-4342 or 767-245-6238. Visit our website, mansaudiovisual.com. or email us at derekvideo@gmail.com.
Yo, greetings massive, this is Eska Levi, and it's all about this Saturday. I'll be live on the Dissect Show, 7 p.m. Make sure you guys check it out, don't miss it. Same music, vibe, join us. Eska Levi said that. Big up, boom.
Thanks for staying with us through the break, and I want to say a very special thank you to our sponsors. If you joined us after we started, my guest tonight is Dr. Pauline Elwin. She is the marketing director of DAHEI, a non-profit organization that's been doing work in the health and education sector in Dominica. We understand that they've been giving out 2 academic scholarships to high school students for the last 3 years. Because I think she said it started in 2020. Yeah, they do health projects. They do a lot of work around mentorship. They do a lot of work about health literacy, and just a whole round lot of good work. And for the last 5 years, they've been hosting an exposition called the Caribbean Culture, Cuisine, and Arts Expo. And this year they have a tremendous lineup being led by the keynote speaker, Dr. S13E10, director of PAHO and WHO. Very, very, very well recognized and accomplished lady. She also is hands-on, because I remember growing up, she was very involved in putting together the healthcare system in Dominica, which turned out, had at the time, was the envy of a lot of the other countries, that healthcare system where you had a lot of primary care taking place close to where people live in the rural areas, and it was regionalized for slightly more serious, and then more severe cases would be taken down to the central hospital, and that seemed to have worked very well. I know Dr. Karis Etienne was very instrumental in putting together that healthcare system. They're also well qualified and charismatic presenters lined up for the program. And we were learning that it is a virtual expo this time, which gives the advantage that you can block those 4 hours from 10 a.m. on the 10th of June to 2 p.m. Block those hours and you can jump in from anywhere you are. And Pauline was telling us how it's almost as if you're actually there in person. You can go to each vendor and talk to each vendor directly. You can come into the main room. You can maybe, I guess you most likely can chat and leave questions for the vendors. And you're really going to have that tactile experience. So let's talk about Hopin and that platform a little bit more, Pauline. How folks are going to get onto the program on the 10th.
Yeah, so once they register, they would be given a link where they could join the Hopin platform. And, once they're on there, they go to the main room. We will be also providing technical support to,
Right.
to folks who are having difficulty. Like I said, we used that platform last year, and it's initially I was like, some people that was the first time they heard of Hopin, but once you were directed into using that platform, it was, to me, was easy. So just being able, like I said, to hop into the different exhibitors, the exhibitor rooms was, it to me was inspiring. And I
More
just,
inspiring. Yep.
it was, yeah, oh yeah, just inspiring with regards to technology that because if you use Zoom, yeah, there's breakout rooms, but I think Hopin is just getting in there, like as you're there live, and being able to listen to the presentations and see the products and the services. Yeah, it's a good platform. So if anybody's experiencing difficulties, technical difficulties, they go to the main room, or they could chat and say, okay, this is what I'm experiencing, and they will get directed as to how to maneuver through the platform.
All right. So let's talk about vendors or exhibitionists. I have a product and I would love to have my product as part of the expo. Is it too late? Am I too late?
No, you're not too late. And like I said, there's something even great this year. Last year we did charge a fee, but this year it's free.
Free.
So it's free for our vendors. So all you have to do is sign up at DAHEI.org, or send us an email at eDominica at gmail, sorry.
At gmail.com.
Yes. So it's
So
free.
it's free. Yeah. What's better than free, right?
Exactly.
And it's truly
So
global. It's truly global.
it's
When
truly global.
yeah, you have folks from the UK who present. You have folks from the US, all over the US, and
Yes.
so on. So it's Jamaican origin. So it's truly global. So listeners, if you have a product, I know there are quite a few who have products that they've developed and presenting to the public. This is your opportunity. If you are providing a service, you still have time to organize, and the fact that it's virtual means that you don't have to go print a bunch of pamphlets or leaflets. It can all be soft, and folks can just, I guess, download them or that sort of thing.
Yes.
So
or a talent.
Oh, you do talent as well.
Yes.
Okay. So I can go sharpen my singing voice.
Yes.
Oh my
And get on
God.
there as well. Be an exhibitor. Yes.
I stand a better chance of working on my outfit because the voice would need too much work. So I'll have to dazzle them with my outfit instead, so they will be distracted from listening to my voice. But no, this is serious. This is an opportunity, folks, to get the exposure, to be part of this global exposition, the Caribbean culture, cuisine, and art exhibition that's being put on by DAHEI. Go to their website, dahei.org, and register, ask whatever questions you have to ask, or you can send them an email at aiddominica@gmail.com. Is there a deadline for exhibitionists to register?
I don't think there is. But I think if the exhibition is I guess the 10th, hopefully a week before would be ideal.
But don't wait for a week because
But don't wait for a week.
They have to
Yes.
prepare to because otherwise everybody is going to be looking nice and shiny, and you're looking like you're in your bowman, you know. So
Yes.
yeah, jump on the opportunity, and also I imagine there may be a limit. After a while, somebody's going to say, "Listen, we have so many exhibits. We might need to be, or so many exhibits in one category. We will not take another one." That sort of thing. So I would encourage folks to go on and to register right away.
Yes.
It's on June 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's on a platform called Hopin. And so even though you are only going to view the exhibits, you have to register, right?
Yes. Yes, you do have to register. And our theme for this year is to take control of your health, mental, physical, and spiritual. I just want to share that. That's your theme
Important.
for our annual Caribbean Culture, Cuisine, and Art Expo this
Can you
year.
repeat that theme?
Take control of your health, mental, physical, and spiritual. So that's our
Mental
theme.
health, spiritual health,
Yes.
and I don't know if it's most importantly, but definitely your physical health.
Correct.
Take control of your health. Last year our theme for this week in interview was empowerment. And a big part of empowerment that we dealt with was health. And a big part of the health we dealt with was mental health, and helping folks to really think about their thoughts and making sure that it's aligned. And so I have a feedback from somebody on WhatsApp saying that the website says a donation is required. $10 for individuals, $30 for a team of 4. Are they on the wrong area?
Yeah, I think I believe it's free this year. I think it needs to be updated
It
actually.
needs to be updated. Okay, all right. So we'll update. I guess your guys will update it, so that it will reflect. But of course, the high does a lot of good work. So feel free to make a donation, right?
Yes, they can donate. Yes, to the same, DAHEI.org or send us an email. Anthony, I just want to add, in addition to the Caribbean Culture and Art Expo, we hosted the first ever global walk last year that was held in November. The Walk for Better Health to support diabetes care, and that happened last November. We had people in Boston, Albuquerque, doing the walk to raise money for, to help with our scholarships and, equipment. So I just wanted to mention that. And
when did you have that walk?
Last year, November.
Okay, you plan to do it this year?
So this year we will be doing another walk, which will be in September. And we will soon release the exact date, September date. And, we just want to invite friends from all over the world to join us. And you could do it individually or join a group or create your own group. to do the walk. But more information will come out soon. We'll be posting some more information around the walk for this year.
So it's like a belle mache. I don't know if you remember when you used to belle mache in Dominica, right?
Yes. Convent High School had a lot of, bell maches. I've been to so many places. The the Boiling Lake, the Granby, walk down to Scott's Head.
Scott's Head, right?
So yes, we had a lot of bell maches. One Diablo Terre, yes. I've been
Right.
all around.
So what you would do is you would do sponsorship where you have people sponsor your walk and that raises funds.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so Anne-Marie is saying that that is for our walk. They looked at the right event. Okay, so whatever it is that's going on with the fees, you guys will take care of that. But those fees are not exorbitant fees. $10 for registration. So if you're really anxious to get registered, pay your $10. But if you wait a little while, it will be free. So either way, because DAHEI is doing such good work, and not only that, because you are a 501c3 organization, any donation is actually tax deductible.
Correct.
So for those of you not Dominicans, and you talk about belle mache and you wonder what we're talking about, right? One of the ways organizations in Dominica used to raise funds, because Dominica, is just full of really beautiful areas to go hiking. While you're hiking, you're crossing rivers, you're getting to get a river bath. If the rain doesn't wet you first, you're going up mountains and all kinds of trails. And so what we would do is estimate that the walk that we're going to do, let's say, is 10 miles. And if somebody would sponsor us, say, $1 a mile. And so you get a sponsor sheet and you go and you say, okay, sponsor me, I'm going on a belle mache. Person gives you $10 because they sponsor you $1 a mile. And so DAHEI is saying that they're organizing something similar. So be on the lookout for that. One, to participate, and two, to just get sponsors, get some sponsorship and just work it that way. Now, the reason why we're here tonight, though, is because DAHEI is doing their annual Caribbean Culture, Cuisine, and Art Expo on June 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We encourage you to register. Go on there and register so you can get your spot. So is a Saturday, right?
Yes, it's on a Saturday.
Right. So on Saturday, June 10th, you put off your grocery shopping to Sunday, or you do it on Friday, and you block those 4 hours, because it's going to be really chock full of information. And also, the featured speakers are all powerful. We know that there is a high prevalence of diabetes and other chronic illnesses in our communities. And so this is stuff that we need to pay attention to. Okay? And so we encourage folks to go in and to plan to view the exhibits. We also encourage you that if you have a product or a service that you present to the public for sale, this is an ideal opportunity to have exposure to your product getting exposed to a global community. One of the presenters, you say, is of Jamaican descent. I think you said is that Olive Pert?
Yes, Olive Pert.
Yeah, she's an author, and she's of Jamaican descent. We have folks who are based in the UK. We have folks who have their life dedicated to nutrition. Alicia Felix, Food for Life. So it's not only is it going to be for that day, it's going to give you information for yourself and for your family. Before I let you go, I want you, when you were introducing DAHEI, you spoke about the mission of the organization, right?
Mhm.
You went over it kind of fast. But I thought they were, it was a very interesting set of values and missions that you expressed. I don't know if you want to uh, go over it again, because that might be the
Sure.
first time that a lot of people are hearing of the high.
Yes. So, um, again, the high, we strive to create a model sustainable society in Dominica. Really to enhance the quality of, life and
Mhm.
education and health literacy
Right.
throughout the island. Um, so that is our mission.
That's the mission.
Yes.
And for
Yes.
better health outcomes, we did a special for breast cancer um, during, I think, breast cancer day or week or whatever it was, right?
Mhm.
And we had an oncologist on with us, and somebody from the Dominica Cancer Society.
Mhm.
And we found out that they did not have a functional mammogram machine at the hospital at that time. I don't know if they have one since then. This was towards the end of last year.
Mhm.
And you know it's calculating where we had over 200, almost 250 deaths from cancer in Dominica in a year. So that's almost 5 deaths a week if you calculate it like that. And that is so much. That is too much.
Yes.
For a place like Dominica, we're supposed to have so much fresh air, fresh fruits, fresh water, a lot of mountains and hills where you can walk and really get that exercise. And the doctor was saying that one of the main factors that determines a successful outcome for someone afflicted with cancer is early detection.
Mhm.
And so it was really a sad moment. The interview went very somber when we found out that there was not a functional mammogram machine at the hospital
Mhm.
at a time when the incidence of breast cancer was starting was on the rise.
Mhm.
That sounds like an ideal area that the high might want to look at. Of course, like I said, my information is at least 4 or 5 months old,
Mhm.
but I expect you guys would do your own due diligence and
Yes.
and and,
Yes.
and explore that. But that's the kind of work that the high is intended to address, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Where we identify those kind of needs.
Mhm.
So,
Correct.
but as we come to a close of the interview, I'm going to give you the opportunity to just encourage folks. Or let me ask you also about membership of the high.
Mhm.
Can anybody be a member?
Yes. You can sign up to be a member of the
Mhm.
high. Again, you could. I think everybody should go to our website,
Mhm.
DAHEI.org, and
Mhm.
check out what we've been doing with regards to education and health. Donate, um, sign up to be a member, and yes, participate in our annual events. We love that. Obviously, to expand the network, that would be great with the work that we do, and also would help our mission as well in ensuring we have sustainable literacy around health and education.
Yeah,
Yes.
certainly. So we started the interview talking about leadership,
Mhm.
and no doubt the high is taking the lead in terms of the way you guys operate. It's very professional. I've dealt with your leader, Anne Marie, before. She's very professional and transparent and straightforward. And so I have no hesitation at all in recommending the high to the audience. And as Pauline is saying, go to the website, DAHEI.org, dahei.org. Go there, check out what they do. And even if you don't have the time or to be a full-time member, and just see what they do, and if there's something coming on that you think you can contribute to, by all means contribute. It could be monetary, but it could also be where you introduce the organization to somebody else, or on your job, if you work in an organization where you think, because so many businesses in the US have a budget for donations, right? And so if when your company is creating their annual budget, um, have them include the high, even if it's a $10,000 you contribute to the high, it'll go a long way. Or 500 or 1,500, it will go a long way, because a lot of organizations do have some kind of philanthropic aspect to their budget. Someone is asking, is the expo only for food, or are books and other art welcome?
Everything with regards to food, to art, to books, to talent, products is welcome.
Yeah, I guess the person didn't hear that I was going to go on to sing, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to start designing my outfit. But yeah, it really is what it says. It's culture, it's cuisine, it's art, and I think that covers a whole multitude. So everybody is welcome. Just shoot them a question, even if you have a service that you cannot quite figure out how would you get it to fit in the expo like that. Ask them the questions, and they will be able to help you to understand how you would organize yourself, um, to how you will be able to organize yourself to participate. They will help you with the technical stuff. Don't be frightened that it's technology, because they have the technical support that will help you to be able to log on, to create your account, to set up yourself so that you can display your exhibit, and how to function in the room. Someone is asking, is there a membership or subscription fee to the high?
No, there isn't a membership fee. However, you know, you do sign up, you do register to attend the event, the annual event, and yeah, you can also donate. So no, there's no membership
You have
fee.
no membership fee, no. And I guess the person's also talking about just being a general member of the high. No, you're just raising your hand to say that I'm available to assist. And when there are meetings, I guess you get to attend their meetings and help in the planning, pretty much. All right.
Yes.
Pauline, we've come to the end of our hour. So I just want to give you the last few minutes to say some closing remarks to the audience.
Sure. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and I hope to, see you guys on our platform on June 10th, from 10 to 2 p.m. And it'll be great seeing you all there and participating in the hopping exhibits, as well as just being there and being there to listen to our esteemed speakers, our keynote speaker, Dr. Carissa Etienne, as well as just other esteemed global guest speakers on our theme, taking control of your health, your mental health, your physical health, and spiritual health. So again, just go on our website, DAHEI.org, DAHEI.org, and or you can send us an email at aiddominica at gmail.com. So hope to see you
Awesome.
there, and thank you so much.
You're very welcome. No, it's in June, so we have some time.
Yes.
Maybe when we get closer to the date, you can come back. You could probably bring one or two of the folks who have already registered as vendors or exhibitionists. And we will have another conversation about this to remind the audience that this is happening and they should plan to attend. So we are in March, April, May. So maybe sometime in May, we can organize for you to come back and to report the exciting happenings and development as we move towards that. I want to tell you thank you so much for coming on as my guest on this week in interview. And I was really serious. I would like to pursue a series on leadership, if you can fit it in your schedule, we can look at the calendar for the remainder of the year and decide where best it would fit. Maybe one session a month for 3 or 4 months. I don't know. We
Mhm.
we can discuss it. But I think leadership is such an important aspect of our life that I would
Mhm.
love to be able to, expand on it a little bit and let folks get a little taste of what the potential can be as we develop our leadership a little stronger and deeper. All right. So,
Yes.
Pauline,
Yes.
thank you so much.
You're
It
welcome.
was a pleasure talking to you. This is what I'm excited about being the host of TDN, because I get to talk to folks like you who have accomplished so much, who do so much. Um, I get to have those conversations which I would not, most likely not have otherwise. So thank you for keeping this exciting position that I hold open, and all the best.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure, and I appreciate it. Thank you for this platform.
Awesome. And I would like to just say good night to the other members of the High. Keep up the good work. You guys do awesome work. And we recognize it and we are grateful for it. Um, I'm sure the students who are recipients of your scholarship are very grateful for that. The recipients of the health care that result from your donation that you've made, the folks who benefit from your mentorship, um, I thank you all on their behalf. So, listeners, there you have it. Another episode of This Week in Interview, another exciting conversation, with a very progressive and well qualified guest, Dr. Pauline Elwin, the marketing director of DAHEI, Dominica Health and Education Initiative. I encourage you to go to their website, dahei.org, DAHEI.org, and learn more about the organization. See if there's a way you can participate, see how you can contribute, and book it on your calendar. June 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., they're hosting the 5th annual Caribbean Culture, Cuisine, and Art Expo. Get the information, register, you will get the link, and therefore you can go on. It will be simple enough. If you have products that you present to the public for sale and for consumption, whether it's a book, whether it's skincare, arts and craft, jewelry, food, any clothes, any service that you offer, tax services, attorney services, if you have a cleaning agency, if you have personal care service, just go on there, register, and get a feel for how you too can take part in the 5th annual Caribbean Culture, Cuisine, and Art Expo. So good night, listeners. Those of you celebrating your birthdays this week, happy birthday to you. I wish you your best year yet, best of health, lots of joy, and some prosperity, as much prosperity as you wish for yourself. I wish that for you. And those of you who are celebrating other events, anniversaries, and so on, accomplishments, because now folks do a lot of work. Folks do a lot of work online, and so the end of their program comes at any time. So if you're accomplishing one of those goals, congratulations to you, and all the best. We'll do this again next week, Wednesday. It's World Water Day, and my guest next week he has written an entire book on water, especially water in Dominica, because Dominica is known as the water island. And so we'll be celebrating water. Water is life. We'll be celebrating life then, you know. Also, next week, Friday, we are planning to have a poetry slam, Friday the 24th, right? So not this Friday coming, Friday next week. We'll be having what we call referring to a poetry slam, because on the 22nd of March is World Poetry Day. And so we're inviting folks who are poets and who are writers and who do spoken word or whatever you want to present to be part of a 2-hour special on Friday the 24th from 6 p.m., 6 to 8. I think it's 6 to 8. Yeah, but I'll publish the details. But in the meantime, just send me a text, send us a text, go on our Facebook page, send a message, whichever. Express an interest, and we can have you on. And also, you can plan to. Poetry Day is the 21st. World Water Day is the 22nd. All right. So Poetry Day is the 21st. World Water Day is the 22nd. But we'll be celebrating Poetry Day on the 24th. Friday the 24th is when we'll be celebrating World Poetry Day. And we want as many of you to come on and just, share with us your brilliance and your creativity. And it will be a night to remember and an event that you will want to participate in. So let me say good night. Until next week, Wednesday, when we will be doing World Water Day. And then right after that, on Friday, the 24th, we'll be doing World Poetry Day. So there's a lot coming up. Stay tuned. Of course, check out Dissect this Saturday at 7 p.m. So this has been This Week in Interview. Good night, listeners. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Enjoy the weekend, and we will see you back here. Don't forget, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good night.